The Grille 15 is a Tier 10 tech tree German tank destroyer. It's a vehicle that features high levels of DPM, very solid accuracy, and a pretty hard-hitting gun with 600 damage per shot. It has pretty good mobility, reaching a top speed of 47 with a power to weight of 19, and okay traverse speed of 30 degrees a second. Really, the only downsides of the Grille is its armor and not so great camouflage values, but those can be excused for the other aspects of the tank. I definitely would not say that this is an incredibly influential vehicle, but there are certain games where you're able to do very well. In fact, one of my highest games was played in the Grille around an 8,500 damage battle. So it is a very solid tank, and it has the opportunity to get some really good games out. However, it seems like Wargaming is trying to remove these capabilities just about every single rebalance of the tank. I was personally thinking of grinding the Grille. You can see that I've already got the Jagdpanzer E100 on my free-to-play account. And I was really tempted to go for the Grille because the Borsig, Waffenträger Panzer IV are both incredibly fun and strong vehicles. The Borsig features a super solid gun, dealing 600 damage per shot, and while its penetration isn't anything insane, nor is the very bad dispersion, the tank has incredible camouflage values, it's tiny, and it's just really fun due to the fact it's got a fully traversable turret, making it so you can snap people and back in the cover. The Borsig has always been one of my favorite tier 8s, and because of that, I was really tempted to grind down the line. Same for the Waffenträger Panzer IV, once again featuring a fully traversable turret, but not only that, it features a high level of DPM on its 600 damage per shot gun, it's got decent penetration for the tier, its dispersion gets a bit better than the Borsig, and the camouflage values are basically the same. Essentially, the Waffle's just a tier 9 Borsig, a bit more accuracy, a bit more DPM, but the same playstyle, and it's a lot faster. Instead of going 30s, it's actually able to go upwards of 40. So because of that, it's also a really fast tank. And it's also got a second gun option, which gives you a lot more DPM, a much better accuracy value, and much more pen. So you kind of have two tanks in one when it comes to the Waffenträger. So it's a really fun vehicle, but you just get to the Grille, and it kind of loses all the charm. First of all, the turret only turns, I think, like 45 degrees to the left and to the right, which makes it very weird to maneuver due to the way the gun works. But it's not just that, it's the fact that in the next update of the game, Wargaming is quite harshly nerfing the vehicle, in my opinion. Let's take a look at what they're doing. First of all, we have the view range going down by 10 meters. That's definitely going to hurt the Grille. I know all the tank destroyers are losing view range, but the Grille specifically doesn't have great camo. And losing that view range means that in late game situations, this tank is going to get outspotted a lot sooner. That's definitely going to affect it. Add that into the fact the vehicle is losing 20 damage per shot while gaining DPM, it means that the poor camo is going to get even worse. Why, you might ask? Well, sure, the vehicle is gaining 80 damage per minute, which I guess on paper looks better. The problem is that its reload is going from 12 seconds base to 11.3. Now, running the Grille fully equipped with gun rammer is going to bring your reload to 10.57. Taking 0.7 seconds off that reload is going to be less than 10 seconds, probably around 9.8, 9.7 seconds. That's a pretty fast reload. Now, the camouflage reset values are around 9 to 10 seconds. That means you're actually going to be shooting faster than the vehicle's camo resets, and you're not going to be detected. That is a massive nerf to the Grille, because now it means that you're essentially losing damage per shot, and you're losing camo values. It would be much better if Wargaming nerfed the DPM on the tank, increased its damage per shot to maybe 640, 660, something like that, and maybe made its accuracy a bit worse, but it hit harder. It would be a lot nicer because you'd shoot somebody hard, you'd back in the cover, and you'd wait maybe 13, 14, even maybe 15 seconds, but once you're back out shooting people again, you wouldn't be spotted. This isn't World of Tanks PC, where you have a large map, and you don't get detected because you're sitting 2, 3, 400 meters away from your opponents. This is Blitz, where you've got maps like Himmelsdorf, Dynasty's Pearl. The only big maps you really have are maybe Molendyke, Castilla. There's some big maps out there, but the most of them, I mean, they're quite small. Even a map like Oasis Palms, sure, it's a bigger map, but even then, there's still not many opportunities for you to get out a lot of DPM with the Grille. And once you get spotted, you just get absolutely nuked for sitting in the back of the map. So, yeah, I'm gonna be real, I don't really like the changes Wargaming's doing to the vehicle, as most people probably agree with me here. But it gets worse. The effective power to weight of the tank is getting buffed on hard terrain. Okay, cool. So if you're driving on pavement, the tank will go faster. However, if you're driving on any unpaven terrain, so that means literally any dirt surface, so the majority of all maps, I'd say 90% of terrain, your tank's going to be driving slower on effective power to weight, going from 15.83 to 14.64. That's a pretty substantial nerf, but it gets worse. The traverse speed on medium terrain is going from 26 to 22. It is losing 3 degrees of traverse speed on all terrain, essentially. That is massive, absolutely massive. This is going to make the tank much worse at turning and dealing with opponents that try to flank it. And I should point out that the Grille is not a hard tank to flank to begin with. Its track wheel is very easy to hit, and when you hit it, you have almost a guaranteed chance of breaking it. So all you need to do after you track it is get behind the vehicle, and because it doesn't feature a fully traversing turret, it essentially means that the tank is screwed, especially because you can just HE it to death. It's losing traverse speed on soft terrain as well, so that means water or sand, it's losing traverse speed there. So yeah, essentially the Grille is getting absolutely nuked when it comes to its mobility, and we can see that the terrain resistance is going from 1.2 to 1.3. All of this at the gaining of 3 kilometers per hour, but it's not even going to matter because your traverse speed and acceleration is much worse. Personally, I am not a big fan on what Wargaming is doing to the Grille, and I really don't understand why they're doing this to the vehicle. As I said, if I were personally to balance the Grille, it would be very simple. I would just make it so that the tank has more alpha. 640 would be fine. Bring it back to what it used to have. Maybe decrease its DPM a bit, but make the tank better on camo and give it higher alpha. And then make its accuracy a bit worse, make its on-movement dispersion better, make the vehicle's traverse, sure, I don't care, worse. It doesn't even need to be that fast. Make it have a top speed of 40. It doesn't need to be that mobile if the camo works fine. Another thing that you could very easily do is increase its reverse speed. It reverses at 12 right now. That's terrible. It means whenever you shoot, you have a high possibility of being nuked in the process of trying to get back in the cover. Increase its reverse speed to maybe 20, or maybe not even that much, maybe 16, but something that would allow you to get back in the cover. There's a lot of things that can be done to the Grille, but what Wargaming is doing is definitely not one of the things that a lot of people want to see. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree with what Wargaming's doing here. But I would expect that the most of you agree with the general consensus that Wargaming is very bad when it comes to the balancing of certain vehicles. And the Grille 15 is one of those tanks that their dev team clearly does not understand. Give it better camo, give it more alpha, decrease its DPM. That's all I want. That's all I'm pretty sure the majority of people want. But instead, it's the same thing over and over. We've decreased the alpha and increased its DPM. Wow! Oh well. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, that's the Grille for you. I'll see you. Bye-bye.